I'm 45. If I could go back to 18-year-old Nick, I would tell him, put him through the wall.
He was an All-American wrestler, and he says the victim of a university that failed to protect him from a doctor with a decades-long history of molesting students.
Tonight, we're hearing from another former Ohio State athlete who says he was assaulted by former team doctor Richard Strauss.
5 On Your Side investigator Scott Knoll just returned from that interview.
Nick Nutter grew up an Ohio State fan, so when the son of a teacher was offered a full-ride scholarship to OSU, he says it was a dream come true. But that dream came with a heavy price. The decorations outside P.J. Marley's restaurant in Medina proudly display the Buckeye pride. But inside a vault in this converted bank, Nick Nutter unlocks a secret he kept for years.
I came from a one-income family. I was on a full-ride scholarship. I'll be darned if I were to punch a doctor or throw him through a wall and lose my scholarship.
So Nutter, an All-American wrestler at Ohio State, kept quiet, never telling his coach, his wife, his parents, that for years he was repeatedly molested by his team doctor.
The bad thing is, after about a year, I became numb. I'm like, all right, okay, broken toe, all right, have at it.
Nutter says it started with a physical his freshman year with the man teammates called Dr. Jelly Paws.
What are you guys talking about? And after that door closed, I knew who Dr. Strauss was.
A university investigation found that between 1978 and 1998, Dr. Richard Strauss sexually abused at least 177 male athletes, and that Ohio State knew of Strauss's sexually abusive treatments as early as 1979, but allowed him to keep treating students until 1996. Students like Nutter.
I probably have 80% of my injuries I turned a blind eye to because I didn't want to have my copay of being a fondling.
Numbers released by the university this week blame Strauss for 47 cases of rape and 1,047 instances of fondling students. Nutter believes it's even higher.
Depending on my injury, cauliflower ear, broken finger, the only time he did not check my genitals was when I dislocated my elbow.
In a statement to 5 On Your Side investigators, University President Dr. Michael Drake said Ohio State remains deeply concerned for each person who endured Richard Strauss's abuse. Strauss's actions were reprehensible, and the university's fundamental failure at the time to prevent the abuse and thoroughly investigates complaints was unacceptable. For Nutter, it's an apology that rings hollow from the school he says failed to protect him.
I busted my butt for Ohio State. 8 knee surgeries later, 2 ugly cauliflower ears. I wish they loved us as much as we loved them.
Nutter says he'll be watching when Ohio State plays Michigan State tomorrow night in a huge Big Ten football game. He's hoping the announcers take the opportunity to talk not only about football, but also the sexual abuse scandals involved in both schools that rocked both campuses. In his words, this stuff happens and we put our heads in the sand way too long. Live in the newsroom, I'm 5 On Your Side investigator Scott Knoll.